booked your accommodation before boarding that flight. So before coming to Australia, you should have a place to go to. To get rid of this daunting task of finding an accommodation in an unknown country, I present to you. We all hate. So your lease agreements and all the fine details in the lease will be taken care by. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Neha and you are watching Amy Australia. So this video is specially for all the international students who are moving to Australia pretty soon to pursue their higher studies. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the steps that you should take once you receive your confirmation of enrollment. So all the planning that needs to happen before you board that flight, everything that happens after the flight lands in Australia. This video is full of very important information. Take a pen and paper, have a coffee, and let's get started with today's video. So I've made a similar video for anyone who's moving on a PR in Australia. I will link the video up here, so make sure you watch that if you are not an international student. But let's get into the juicy part of the video. So I know whenever we think of, oh, we need to move to another country, the first thing that comes to our mind is packing. So what should you buy? What should you pack? All the things that you need. Now I'm not going to talk about this in this video because I've made two videos on what you should pack and a video on what you should never pack when moving to Australia. I will link those videos up here. Make sure you check that out. But what I wanted to say was packing is only a small part of this entire process. There are so many other things that are important. So the first thing is check your passport. Your passport should be valid for at least the next 6 months. Check the validity of your passport. It's a good idea to take hard copies of your passport along with you and also store a soft copy of your passport in any cloud-based service, whether it's Google Drive, whether it's whatever you prefer. But make sure you have both a hard copy and a soft copy for your passport. So the next most important thing is your visa. So of course, check if your visa is valid or not before entering Australia. And your visa would have something known as a VIVO, which is Visa Entitlement Verification Online. It has all the details related to your visa. So what is the subclass for your visa? What is the type for your visa? The must not arrive after the date, your work conditions, everything is present in that VIVO section of the visa. So make sure you check your VIVO details on the visa. The next thing is a proof of vaccination. Now, Corona has changed the world. So although Australia from the 6th of July 2022 doesn't require a proof of vaccination, but you might want to carry a hard copy and a soft copy both for your proof of vaccination, any booster doses that you have received. And make sure you check the requirements for your airlines that you are using to travel to Australia and any countries that you are transiting through for their vaccine requirements, because they might be different from Australia's requirement. Now that you have your passport, your visa, proof of vaccination, one other important document is your confirmation of enrollment. And those are the few important documents that you must carry with yourself. Now, it's time to book your flights. So I've made a video on how to travel efficiently on international flights. I will link the video up here. Make sure you check that out. It's a really old video, but it has a lot of points that might help you. So my biggest tip is choose the airline that gives you the maximum baggage allowance, that gives you a number of pieces that you can carry with you, because some airlines really restrict the number of pieces that you can carry with you, number of suitcases that you can carry with you. So make sure you check that out. One other tip that I've heard from a lot of people is that travel on Wednesdays because it's cheaper, but make sure that you arrange for your flights with enough time in hand so that you can explore the city that you will be landing in. Pre-departure testing. So although the Australian government has scrapped off the need for a negative RAT test when you arrive in Australia, but some airlines still need it, and even some countries that you may transit through might need that. And it's always a good idea to carry some RAT tests with you, because yeah, you might be exposed to some, hopefully not, but some virus when you are traveling because airports are so busy, flights are so busy. So it's good if you can carry some with you, and then when you land in Australia, you can test yourself for the next 2 to 3 days. You can even get rats here, but if you have some spare, you can definitely get them with you to Australia and then test yourself to make sure you are not infected, which we hope you are not. Insurance. So I'm sure you must have heard about OSHC, which is your Overseas Student Health Cover, which is a requirement for your student visa, and you all should have it before getting your student visa or before coming to Australia. But one other insurance is travel insurance, and you might want to get it for yourself. Travel insurers cover some part of your flight costs. If your flights get cancelled, if you lose your baggage, you might want to talk to your travel agent in case you're interested in getting a travel insurance for yourself. Now that you have boarded your flight, where to next? Accommodation. Accommodation plays a key role in this entire process, and ideally you should have booked a place to live even before boarding your flight. So book a place to live. You should have the contact details, the address of the place where you're going to stay for the next few days. And doing this in a new country can be very, very daunting. Airbnbs and hotel rooms can be very expensive, and you wouldn't know which one is good for you, what location you should go for, etc., etc. So I have a solution for you. To get rid of this daunting task of finding an accommodation in an unknown country, I present to you Amber. Amber is a platform through which students, international students, can book accommodations near their universities. So you can avoid the guessing game of which location should be the best for you, and you can book an accommodation near your university using Amber. So as Southeast Asia's largest student accommodation provider, they are currently operating in 100+ cities in Australia, European countries such as Germany, Ireland, Spain, UK, and many more, and the United States with more than 20,000 listings on their platform. So how does Amber work? It's actually quite simple. You just need to go to Amber's website, which I will add a link in the description box. So make sure you check that out and start searching. You can choose from a wide range of options according to your preferences, including low to high budget options, flexibility in size, occupancies. Maybe you want an ensuite, maybe you want just a house to yourself, so you want a studio apartment, maybe you want to share it with your other friends. So multiple sharing, all of these options are available on Amber. Once you have found your dream accommodation, the next step is to finalize it for yourself. So Amber provides students with around the clock free and personalized assistance at each step of your way, so you don't have to worry about what if you are stuck in this whole process. You will be assisted throughout the process. You will particularly appreciate their student-friendly initiatives such as the COVID-19 policy, under which they are offering free cancellations and relief from visa-related uncertainties, as well as other exclusive freebies and offers from their Amber Plus partners. The next step is to book that accommodation that you have been eyeing on. So the executives will not only be with the students at every step of the way, but they will also take care of the cumbersome paperwork, which we all hate. So your lease agreements and all the fine details in the lease will be taken care by Amber's executives, because in a new country, it's difficult to understand those documents, and Amber is happy to do that for you. You can also find out more about their home away from home with live viewing sessions and their on-the-ground property expert sessions. So you can go to either of these and you can look at the property that you want to live in. So as mentioned, I will add a link in the description box. Make sure you check it out. And on my various social media platforms, the biggest concern that international students have is, I am coming next month and I have nowhere to live. What do I do? And trust me, just out of the blue, you won't get a house on lease because you have no rental history over here. It's very, very difficult, and especially as a student, it would be very difficult to find a house. So appreciate services like Amber, who are here to help you with this, because of course, accommodation, as I said, is a key part of this process, and we want a home away from home, truly. So I will add a link in the description. Make sure you check that out. Check the amazing services provided by Amber. Emergency contact details. So it is advised that you keep all the phone numbers saved in your phone, as well as have a hard copy for it, because if something happens to your phone, you have a backup, because no one remembers numbers. At least I just can't remember numbers. So write down numbers of your family members, your key contacts in Australia, any education agencies that you might have been in contact with, your embassy phone numbers. All of this should be with you at all times when you're traveling to Australia. So yes, as I said, have it saved in your phone and keep a hard copy as well. Australian currency. So now you're in a new country, so the currency is different to what your home country currency would be. For me, my home country is India and we used Indian rupees. The currency in Australia is Australian dollars. 100 cents make 1 Australian dollar, and 1 Australian dollar is equal to approximately 55 to 56 Indian rupees currently. The rate varies, but yeah, it's around these ranges. So the denominations available are $5, $10, $20, $50 and $100 notes, and coins. It is 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents and 50 cents. So it is advised that you carry some amount of Australian dollars when you land in Australia. So get some money exchanged in your home country itself. Although most of the international airports here in Australia would have a currency exchange counter, but I would highly encourage you to do it in your home country because you get better rates for your exchange. So you can carry cash. It is a personal choice, but you should carry cash up to, I would say, $2,000 should be good. But the key over here is if you carry cash worth more than 10,000 Australian dollar, you will have to declare it during immigration. So it is advised that you get anything less than $10,000, but I would say $2,000 should be enough. So there are so many other things that you need to do before you come here while you are planning to come to Australia, and this video has been long enough. So I will make a part 2, like always, on all the things that you should do when you're planning to move to Australia as an international student. I will talk about SIM cards. I will talk about your OSHC, TFN. Yes, these are alien terms for you right now, but I will talk about it in detail in my next video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification icon so that you are notified when I upload these videos. If you like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, share it with all your friends whom you want to move to Australia with. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Make sure you take full advantage of the amazing services provided by Amber, and I will see you in my next video. Stay safe. Bye.